Willie D. Live.
The Katt Williams statements
Yes.
and stuff. Katt was talking about how a lot of comedians and celebrities in general have sold their souls in booty holes, for access, for access in Hollywood. Like,
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing.
I mean, you're in the game. I mean, have you ever seen anything out there that's anything wild out there?
Man, I don't know nothing, boy. I'm telling you, I'm Switzerland. I'm telling you, man. You see it, yeah. Listen, man. Like, I played Michael Jackson. Obviously, it ain't. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you did play Michael Jackson.
I did.
Man. How did that? How did that even come to be? Like, because I remember you talking about playing the role.
Yeah.
I saw you on some interview. I saw you talking about it.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you were surprised that you got the call.
I was surprised. Dude, listen, I get the call. My agent's like, yeah, they doing this Michael Jackson thing, and they want to sit down and talk to you. I'm like, really? I said, they know I'm 6'4", right? You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, cool. I go over to the MTV or VH1 offices in Santa Monica, meet the director, producer, and we're talking. He's a great dude. I mean, just positive energy, you could tell like he was at Woodstock or something like that. He was just like, we just want to do this homage and, and just channel the loving spirit and blah, 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 and just really let Michael know, because he was alive at the time. And I'm like, okay, cool. We talk, and I'm telling him how much of a fan I am. I got to meet him, and that was really it. We just had a conversation. I ain't thinking nothing. I'm like, I ain't read nothing. I'm like, okay, cool.
You had a conversation with Mike?
No, conversation with the producers and director.
Okay.
We just having a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, no, because normally you go in, you read. I didn't do none of that. It was no script.
Mm-hmm.
I leave. A couple of days later, I get a call. Say, hey, man, they want you to do it. I'm like, are you serious? And like, yeah, they want you to. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yeah, well, this is what they want to pay. I was like, oh, okay. So they're serious. I'm like, all right. So we go to shoot it, and we shoot it up in Calgary. And I wanted to get my makeup artist that was on my show to let them do, but they were like, oh, we got to hire a certain amount of Canadian and boom, boom, boom. And I was like, all right, cool. But when I walked in, I knew I was in trouble. I saw the dog when they had a prosthetic nose on the tape. I was like, oh, damn. I said, I'm not wearing that, y'all. I'm not wearing that. Then they sprayed the stuff on my hand. It was ashy. I was like, and this is before social media, so I didn't know. And it's so funny because people tag me with memes, with that makeup. It's so fun. At first, I used to be so hurt, but then I was like, you know what? It is kind of funny. And I just laugh at it now, man. And I tell them, look, man, hey, they said, man, what made you do that? I said, hey, man, babies need to eat. So, I said, but one thing, y'all can focus on is that I've always held it down for the culture, no matter what.
How's the babies doing?
They're doing great. They're great. Great.
What are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
They got the bug. My daughter just got an agent. She's singing and modeling and stuff like that.
She's singing like a mama?
She's getting there. She's got more of like an Aaliyah style, like very like soft, high. She's I'm really proud of her because she's stepping out, into her own. We actually have a podcast called Daddy Daughter Dance, and it's her and myself, and we talking about all subjects, with fathers and daughters, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. We shot a few before I left, and I just wanted to do that with her because I want her to have that space to open up. Ask me the questions she wants to ask, even the tough ones. We talk about everything. So I'm excited about that. My son, he's into music. He is a complete artist. He was playing basketball for a while, but he just lost the passion. He just said it's gotten too political, and it's a lot. It's a lot. We went to, I think, 4 different states in 6 weeks, and between the traveling and they ain't giving you no discounts on the hotels or the flights. Then you pay for the tournaments. Then you pay for the uniforms and this and that. And And they're playing sometime 3 games a day. And I don't think that's healthy.
And how old is your son?
He's 19.
So do you see NBA style potential in him?
When he was in it and he was focused in it, I really believe that he could have made it. He just really, because he's the type, when he sets his mind, he goes like 1,000%. He's that kid. Like, if he make up his mind, he's like, boom. But if he ain't in it, he's 1,000% not in it. So he kept playing for us because he thought he was letting us down. And when he finally sat down to tell us, he was having anxiety about it and he was stressed. And he finally sat down to tell us, like, I don't have a passion for it anymore. I lost the love for it. We were like, that's fine. We want you to be happy. We want your well-being is more important than anything. And this is coming out of the pandemic, where a lot of kids were dealing with anxiety and dealing with depression and dealing with all kind of stuff. And we just wanted him to be okay. So he was relieved that we were not, pressuring that. Because I said, son, I can't live through you. I enjoyed playing basketball. Of course, it was fun to watch you play. But I can't live through you, man. You have to live your life.
Did he replace it with something else?
Oh, music. Like, he loves music. He's Willie, he's an artist. Like, I mean, he listens to everybody. He listens to old Michael Jackson. He listens to, soft rock groups. He listens to everything. He sits in there, he's teaching himself keyboards. And, I'm just we're letting him find his voice, because everyone will say, oh yeah, my child is a star. I just want him to find his voice and be happy. That's all I care about.
If he wasn't good, would you tell him?
Oh, I would tell him. I'd be like, hey, so, we got this UPS application for you. You know what I mean? Not there's nothing wrong with UPS. Actually, the benefits are good. Yeah. I would tell him. We had that type of relationship. Like, when he was playing ball and he wasn't doing something correct or wasn't working hard enough, I would get in his behind. I'd be like, hey man, you here, you quitting, there's somebody over here, they still working. There's a kid over here working, there's a kid that doesn't have the new Kobe's, who don't have that. I would get on him because I want him to understand. He had a little better, I won't say a lot better than I did. And I didn't want him to lose sight of that blessing that he had. So I don't hold no punches with him at all. We bump heads a little bit sometime. I think he's trying to, he's 19 and his voice is a little deep now, so he's trying to be that man now.
When he was 14, 15, like in high school, like ninth grade. See, ninth grade, once they get to high school, is typically when they try their dad. And I surmise the reason is because when they get to high school, they're competing against boys who are oftentimes as big or bigger than their dad. They playing sports and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're competing against them in sports, and they're also competing against them with girls.
Yeah.
And so they sizing these dudes up, and they looking at dad like, man.
Yeah, I could take him. Yeah.
And the next thing you know, ding, ding, fries and shake. And you done brought out the worst of Pops, and Pops had to pop you.
Yeah. It hasn't gotten to that.
I don't think it'll get there.
Yeah, he's been very respectful.
If it hadn't gotten there by now, I don't think it'll get there. Because I always knew that time would come with my son. And we had our moment. And that is when he was 15 and he's 24. We hadn't had an issue since that day. And I didn't have to put my hands on him. I just had to talk to him.
Yeah, let him know. Let him know. Talk to him.
Well, I love you for real, man. Do not bring that out of me.
Yeah.
I love you for real. I don't want that on my record.
Yeah.
And we never had any more issues. In fact, I just come from dinner with him. We came to your show.
Oh, came to the show. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw, so, man. Yeah, I think I actually learned a little something about myself, I think, in that. Because he's never been disrespectful, but he does sometimes, he if I say something, he will, but Dad, he wants to get that last word in and get his point in. And I believe I was at a point shutting that down. And we had a really deep conversation. He was like, just Dad, listen, I'm never going to disrespect you, but just hear me. I don't feel like I'm heard. And I was like, gotcha.